Hi. This is my very first attempt at this, so I hope it goes well. I'm trying to set up my intro for my YouTube video to subscribe for 4 subscribers. And yes, I'm inside my van right now, sitting in a Walmart parking lot in North Jacksonville, Florida. My name is Kevin Rismiller. I'm the author of Pilot Prison, as well as the book I just released at the end of June called I Worked for Trump. It's more of an autobiography, and I did work for Trump, so that's part of why I made that title. Plus, he's running for president, and that popularity I thought would help marketing the book, getting it out there. And in order to add to or assist in that, I thought perhaps I should start a video blog or vlog or whatever they're called. I got inspired by this honest-speaking blonde female that I saw on YouTube. Tana is her name, and I like how she just honestly talks to the camera. So I'm going to try to follow her example, because she's got like 1 million viewers now, and while I don't have her looks to get that many viewers, I hope that what I say will hopefully make up some of the difference. Oh, that's a bad I've been a member of Toastmasters, was vice president of membership for a couple of years even, and they count the ums and the ahs and the space fillers and likes and things like that people say to fill in space when they speak. And I'm doing this straight off the cuff, right off the top of my head. I didn't prepare anything, obviously, but I am trying to see what I can do to create an interest and establish a relationship with you, the viewer. And I hope that we can do that, because right now I'm at one of the low points in my life. I'm literally homeless, jobless, penniless. I'm ex-con. I got out of prison last October, and I'm trying to establish a new life and put my life back together. And it is incredibly difficult, because it turns out that they don't give you much of a chance. You get blocked from everything, from jobs and places to live. It's very difficult to find anybody who will help, or who will hire you, or who will do anything to, get you back on the right track, which is insane, because you would think you would want to give somebody who's trying to get back into the real world a chance, but unfortunately it's not that way. And it makes sense why a lot of people go back into their criminal activity, because if you can't get a job, if you can't get the help you need, there are little options left over after that. One of the things I did, though, to try to do a legitimate job, and one of the things I've been doing for a while now, is trying to write books and put those books out there to establish an income. And, well, I'll give you the whole story. This even happened while I was working back at Comcast. It's a Fortune 500 company. I had a really good job in the customer service center. I was basically working in the phone rooms, and it was a great job. Air conditioning, sitting at a computer desk all day, watching TV, because it was Comcast. You had TVs everywhere showing all different channels, in air conditioning with many beautiful women, and I loved it. I miss it. Of course, they don't even have that call center anymore. They outsourced it, and they've redirected the purposing more towards sales, of course, to generate more bottom line. Big mistake, if you ask me. I went through that with America Online when I worked in their call center too. They outsourced their stuff to India. And when people call America Online, they don't want to hear, forgive me, I know this may sound racially insensitive, but hello, and thank you for calling America Online. My name is Bob. How may I help you? Well, Bob is obviously not from America, and I think that's what helped take them down, but that's a whole nother story. And yes, I do get sidetracked a lot, so please forgive me, but I'm just going to be me and talk to you like I'm talking to a friend, and I sure could use some, so I hope that I get an increased number of viewers. And yes, I'm lonely. Being homeless sucks. Nobody wants to talk to you, not even the crackheads and the crack whores and all where I'm staying at right now, because I'm on what's called CRD. Conditional release is called. It's basically the same thing as parole, and I wasn't supposed to be on it. I was supposed to finish my sentence, and you earn game time, and it's supposed to be over and be free. And I had 2 jobs lined up, one in Jersey, one in California. But no, in the last 3 days before I got out of prison, they sprung this on me, and now for a year I'm stuck on, basically, it's a long story that I didn't want to take the whole beginning up with, but I have a 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I can go anywhere, but 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew. And because I'm homeless, they've stuck me up on the north side of Jacksonville in this area where there's a BP, a Best Airport Inn, a Denny's, and a Red Roof Inn. And there's a service road and a main road. The only place I can park where nobody can't say anything is on the dead end of the service road that's state property between the service road and the main road, which is incredibly noisy and hard to sleep. And I'm sure I'll cover that in future posts, because this is going to give me an opportunity to therapeutically release a lot too. Which, by the way, I can't do this for very long because I'm supposed to be on my way to therapy in a little while. It's currently Thursday, July 28th at 2:28 p.m. while I'm making this. So, this is my YouTube channel introduction I'm trying to put together on my first try here. And again, I got the general idea of just honestly talking from this female blonde Tana, who, if you look at my subscribe, I don't know if I'm going to have it posted, but anyway, I found her off of Lexi Smith, who's one of the dancers from Jordan Jones, who I wanted to try to see if she'd be interested in playing the role of Kaylee in my first book, Pilot Prison, if it ever got turned into a movie. And that's the string of events that got me there. Pilot Prison, my first book, is about an artificial intelligence software running a prison with no staff. It's a science fiction, and basically what happens is the politicians push to get it in ahead of schedule and under budget, so they cut them corners on Pilot, which create problems in the software, which make for an interesting story. But the politicians, of course, get caught in their wrongdoing, and when that happens, they wind up going to their own prison, which is kind of cool. When you go to Pilot Prison, you get assigned an avatar, and this avatar, which could be a hologram or a droid or both, is a representative of your crime, and usually your victim, which creates a problem for one of my main characters, Ben Brune. He swears he didn't kill his wife, yet now he's being tormented by her avatar trying to convince him to confess to her murder so he can move forward in his rehabilitation. And that's all I'm going to give you on the plot there. You can go to Amazon.com, type in Kevin Rissmiller, and you'll see whatever books I have listed. Or you can, of course, type Pilot Prison, or I Worked for Trump, which is the other book, which is an autobiography that covers parts of my life, and it's politically related back to Trump and his thoughts and his political views. And because I've been listening to a lot of WOKV here in Jacksonville, which is one of those Republican-based, basically, talk radio shows that I've spent a lot of time listening to, and then this week the DNC, or Democratic National Convention, has been going on, and they put on quite a show. But they're so diametrically opposed, it's hard to believe which side's telling the whole truth and nothing but. But I do tend to find myself leaning more towards Trump and the Republican, especially because I knew Trump. I worked for him for the New Jersey Generals back in New Jersey. And that was the basis of what started me, because I called the Mark K show one Sunday night on WOKV to plug Pilot Prison, in essence, which I got in as the last caller on, I think it was like the June 6th show. And after I got off that call, which broadcast me through parts of the country, of course, it didn't spike the sales of Pilot Prison like I would have liked to, but it led me to say, wait a minute, I should write a book about this. I got a bunch of books that I'm going to be writing and putting out. Some of them are written up, I just have to type. But it's really hard to do anything in this heat, because we've had like this 2-week string of 100+ degree days. It's the driest July in history in Florida, and I'm in Jacksonville, Florida here. So anyway, I'm just rambling on and ranting, but that's what this is for. And that's what this channel is going to be about. I'm going to try to, on a regular basis, plug my book, as well as to, oops, I gotta, my phone reminder. Anyway, this is my van, this is me, I'm Kevin Rissmiller, this is my channel. I'm asking you please subscribe to it. Go to the Rissmiller media page on Facebook and like it. Go to my Facebook regular page, Kevin Rissmiller, and like that, and post whatever you'd like to me. I have a Gmail, rissmillermedia@gmail.com, and feel free to email me there. And of course, send comments to me here on YouTube. Let me know what you think. I'm sure there's lots of things that you would dislike about what I'm doing here, and I'm going to cover a lot of very serious, sensitive topics. When I was 11 years old, for example, I was raped by a Roman Catholic priest named Father Ivan Payne, who wound up serving 6 years in Ireland because he was molesting children in the children's hospital that he was supposed to be the chaplain over, so he at least got caught in it. Although I'm not able to go after him because the statute of limitations in New Jersey where it occurred ran out for both criminal and civil liability. So what I am going to do, although I briefly mentioned it in the I Worked for Trump book, I'm going to be writing a book called Our Father, Who Art a Molester, How Monsters Reproduce. And that's going to be focusing in on that situation and what happened there. And then there's a more spiritually based book I intend to write called God Showed Up. And that's one I've been working on for a while now. I've had some false starts on it and issues there, but I'll cover all that in future posts. Excuse me. Anyway, I hope this goes well, and we'll see what happens. And this is my first attempt at a video, and I'll see what I can do to improve it for next time. And I want to send a shout out and a thanks to that pretty blonde young lady up in New York who inspired me to go ahead and do these video blogs, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. And I guess I'm going to end it right about here for now because I don't want to make them too incredibly long. So forgive me for any mistakes I've made. This is my first one, and I hope the future ones will be only better. Thanks.